Welcome to Athletes Lives Network exclusive interviews. Today our special guest is East Chicago Central basketball player, class of 1990, Sean Miller. How you doing, sir?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah. I want to thank you for being on the website. It's a great opportunity to get some of your feedback, your history, and your knowledge on the game of basketball in EC.
Okay.
First question, just kind of give us your early influences in sports.
Well, the first time I fell in love with basketball probably was when I watched Magic and Larry Bird playing that in that NCAA final 1979, and after that I was hooked. I've been a Magic Johnson fan ever since then, and my aunt used to take me out to the court in Sunnyside Park, and I just been balling ever since then.
Got you. What peers did you grow up with that was maybe better than you at a certain point in your life? You know who you wanted to beat or compete against.
When I was coming up, I was always like in the background on the different teams that I played in. I went to Franklin, and I had a guy by the name of Tyre McGuire and Coco Greg Arrington. You know, they was the stars on the team. And then when I got to junior high, it was Freddie Warren, Tyron Woods, Rice. Um, and I just played behind them. I didn't really get my shine until I went off into college.
Got you. Was there a reason why you was kind of like laid back, or your game wasn't really recognized? Growing up.
Well, them guys, they always, they had the names, you know what I'm saying, coming up back in the day. So I was kind of reserved back then, and I just laid like in the background.
Okay. Now you explained at Franklin, you went to Franklin and also Block Junior High School, correct?
Right.
Just give us a little feedback on those times of as far as your game, like what improved in your game from Franklin to Block.
Well, I stayed at the parks every day because I always wanted to be, you know what I'm saying, better. Um, Coming out of Franklin, I know he's gonna have all the elementary schools is gonna be coming in the harbor side, coming to Block, so I knew I had to try to take my game to another level just to make the team. So I made the team, made seventh grade, and after that we went on and had some great battles with Westside, with Judah Parks, Delmont Johnson, Jay Bugs, Ray, Woontz, and after that, we took it on to Central.
Okay. Now you was in an era where when you was growing up, we still had East Chicago, Washington, East Chicago, Roosevelt.
Right.
In my opinion, I felt like this city need both schools because I felt like a lot of rosters was kind of taken away. Because as you know, 12 and 12, maybe 15 and 15. Now just 15.
Right.
Give me your feelings on when the school first merged. How did you feel about it? And then once you got to Central, what kind of changed for you?
Well, at first when I heard about they was gonna be combining the schools, I was pissed. I wanted to be a senator. I grew up going to the games in Washington and seeing them coming out. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to run out. You know what I'm saying, with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man. So really, if you really wanted to make the team, you really had to take your game to another level because they bring both sides together, Calumet and the Harbor. So at first I didn't like it, but then you know what I'm saying, when I got there, I felt like I could compete with what I'm saying, anybody that was up there, and I made the freshman squad. I started, and so it was on and cracking from there.
What type of give us some feedback on playing with the athlete from the other side of town, which is Calumet. Give us the feedback on that, how you personally interacted with them as a person and also as an athlete.
Well, at first it was kind of weird because we always grew up competing against these guys. You know what I'm saying? From when I was at Franklin, we went against Kerry Gosh for the city championship, and then when I was at Block, you know what I'm saying, we went against Westside. So at first it was kind of kind of difficult, but then as the season went on, you know what I'm saying, you kind of feel how these guys are, and they got a feel for us, and so we all just blended in as one team on the freshman squad.
Was there ever any tension or clicks formed throughout the season? Although you just explained to me, you guys came with the team, but like far as social wise, and was there clicks formed in the locker room?
Um, Nah, I say we all just pretty much got along. Like I said, as the season went on, we started, what I'm saying, going on the road and, what I'm saying, on the buses, going to games and hanging out, what I'm saying, we seeing how they, what I'm saying, lived on one side, they seeing how we lived on the harbor side. So, on our squad, I don't think it was on no clicks on the freshman, but on the varsity level, I think it was kind of attention because them guys was older and they had already played for Washington and Roosevelt, and so we just coming from junior high, and so them guys started off like from 87, 88. They was always playing against each other, and so I think they had a more difficult time blending in as a team than on the freshman level.
As you stated to me at Franklin and at Block, you was kind of in the background, of certain players. But now at Central, when you got both schools combined, you just started as a freshman. Can you give me some feedback on your season as an individual, as a freshman?
Well, freshman year, then I was starting, but of course, we had Judah Parks and Jared Buggs, and they was kind of like the stars of the team. They was only on the freshman squad probably for half of the year. Then they got moved up to varsity. So coming in starting, that gave me a lot of confidence, and I had worked on my game. You know what I'm saying, coming into my freshman year all summer. So I felt like I was ready to go. I couldn't stand pat on being what I'm saying, no bench player the rest of my career. So what I'm saying, I just went to work playing every day in the summertime, going to Block, going anywhere I can just to play, and my game started coming together. I just got better, and I ended up starting my freshman year.
All right. Now your sophomore year, can you give us some feedback on how your game improved from your sophomore year and then your season as a sophomore?
As a sophomore, I tried out for varsity, got cut, and then I seen some of the guys that made varsity that was on there, as what I'm saying, when I had me as a sophomore. And so that gave me the motivation to go on JV and try to put in work to let them show them that I deserve to be on varsity. So for half the season I was on JV, and I was down there wrecking. I was doing my thing. And so in the middle of the year, I got moved up to varsity. But in hindsight, that was probably the best thing for me to start off on JV to give me that confidence that I could compete on that next level. And then I eventually got moved up to varsity halfway through my sophomore year.
Okay. Now, everybody know in East Chicago, basketball, it rules. Just give us a little feedback on how I felt playing on the varsity level with great players such as Delmar Johnson, Judah, and et cetera.
Oh man, we was like rock stars in East Chicago. You played on varsity in East Chicago on the basketball team. It was, hey, that was a lifelong dream of mine just to be on. If it was gonna be Washington, that was a dream of mine. But then they combined the schools and it was Central, and so I wanted to. I grew up in a basketball family, so that was always my dream of being on varsity when I was in high school, and it was a dream come true.
How did that season end for you guys, your sophomore year?
Sophomore year was kind of tough because a couple of guys got kicked off the team for various reasons, and I think we probably had like a 500 record going into after the sophomore year. But my junior year in '89, what I'm saying, we went downstate. We made it to the final eight, and coming into senior year, everything was looking good. We was ranked number one in the middle of the year. And then come tournament time in practice, our point guard go down, Delmar Johnson. So we end up getting upset by Bishop Noel in the sectionals.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And that's I still think about that to this day. That if he wouldn't have got hurt, I think we would have been state champions in 1990.
Let me ask you a question on that senior season. A lot of people have a lot of negative criticism towards you guys because they felt like although Delmar was a great player, you guys should have kind of stepped your game up. How do you feel about that? Especially Judah got a lot of flack with that.
Yeah, I mean, with Judah, you know what I'm saying? I know he caught a lot of flack, you know what I'm saying, for that game. But I mean, Judah ain't no point guard. Dale was our leader on the floor. He was like a coach on the floor. You know, we called him the general out there. He was like a coach on the floor, and you can't replace that. You know, but I still think we should have went a little bit farther than we went without him. I still think we should have beat Bishop Noel without him, but you know they had our number that day, and you know they came out with the victory. But I still believe in my heart to this day, if we would have had Delmar out there, we that would have been the first state championship for East Chicago Central.
What kind of criticism did you guys get from the city for losing to Bishop Noel?
Mm, it wasn't too bad because I mean even though we was ranked number one, we was without one of our best players, so it wasn't, to me, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't too bad. I think Judah took a lot of criticism because he was you know, all state, and people felt like he should have did more than what he did in that game. But you know, everything flowed through Dale. You know what I'm saying? Basically, on our team, you know, as far as getting people in the right positions and him as a leader out there for us.
Gotcha.